Toledo Rockets back in action as Mike Robinson from the Toledo Rocket Radio Network joins us now. Mike Rob, thank you for coming in.
Hey, thanks for having me, Mark.
Now, we talked last week how it was important not to let one loss become two losses. That is what happened, but I don't think it's fair to say they lost to San Diego State because they lost to Ohio State. Totally different circumstances.
Yeah, it's definitely not fair to say that. And the one thing that the Rockets, definitely brought out there was attitude and effort. And that's the thing that you saw that the Rockets played with. They battled in the game of attrition. It was hot outside. They played all four quarters and just came up short by one series.
We've seen this a couple of times now out of Toledo Rockets, the inconsistency in offense. We didn't see that for the four quarters. That's why they needed that late drive in the fourth that almost pulled off the victory. How can they get more consistent on offense? Is it just a matter of getting more reps because you got those young guys on the line?
Yeah, sure. I think that we found some recipes to success out there for the Rockets. One thing is the offensive line did create some pretty decent lanes for our running backs to get there. We had some turnovers that really, really hurt us. And I think that's where the consistency has to do is protect the football, and we can make drives long. We had plenty of yards. We just didn't have the points.
Football coaches love to talk about complementary football. That means the offense helps out the defense by not going 3 and out, and that might have been an issue in that fourth quarter, that final drive. That Rocket defense was on the field so often in the first 3 quarters, they were just gassed at the end of the game.
Yeah, by the end of the game, you saw them going deep into the roster. You had a lot of guys that were 3s and 4s were getting into the game on that last drive because those guys were tired and wore out. So I think that was a little bit of an advantage there for San Diego State. But for the offense, they got to find a way to convert on those third downs and get them on the board.
So Toledo is 2-2, but they're 0-0 in MAC play. MACtion begins this Saturday as they host Central Michigan for homecoming. Central is 1-3. They have lost to some pretty good teams, Oklahoma State and Penn State among them. This is an interesting matchup because you got Jim McElwain up at Mount Pleasant. He's gone the transfer route, has brought in a lot of guys from a lot of different places, but he's got this Chippewa program on the rise.
Yeah, absolutely. The Chips, they got great facilities out there now. They're doing things the right way. And the one thing that you like about them is they're bringing the toughness. They're not afraid to throw the football, and they're not afraid to run it. When they're running the ball, they're looking really good. Young running back Lou Nichols, he does an excellent job of being able to be patient and squirt them out, but they also throw the ball really well to the transfer that you talked about in Carrier. Carrier does an excellent job of catching the football, which is staying them drive. So the Rockets have to put some pressure on them without bringing too many, but I think the key is trying to find a way to get pressure with 4 and not bringing so many guys because there will be opportunities for the Rockets.
Central Michigan, they put up a lot of points against basically everybody they've played this season. So this is going to be a game that perhaps this Rocket defense gets tested once again. We'll see how they bounce back for that disappointing fourth quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. The key to it is to bounce back is to put it all out the window. This is homecoming week for the Rockets. So it's a lot at stake. You're going to have a lot of the Rocket legends in town, a lot of Rocket coaches back in town. So the key to it is stay locked into the game plan. I think the Rockets are doing an excellent job. It's just about relaxing and taking this game to the team right out the gate and minimizing those penalties. If we minimize penalties, we can get yards, we can score. This team have glimpses of what you saw in 2017 in that championship run, but you got to be able to throw the ball quick, score points early, and get off the field.
All-time Toledo leads Central Michigan 27-20-3, but the Chips have won 2 of the last 3 meetings, a trend Jason Candle and company wants to see reversed beginning on Saturday. Mike Robinson, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.